Hello and good evening, viewers. Welcome to Have Your Say Club's Tete-a-Tete, a talk show of our club members. Our today's guest is a very popular member of our club. She is a management graduate and holding a AVP position with a leading NBFC. She is Mrs. Pooja Godara. Pooja ma'am, hello and welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you, Satish. Good evening. Thank you for such kind words for me. I'm good. How are you doing?
Uh, I'm also doing good, ma'am. And ma'am, we have learned that you are undergoing an educational program. Since then, we are quite inquisitive about the knowledge and about knowing it from your side, what you are pursuing and why you have chosen that.
Yes, actually, I recently enrolled myself for it is called a Leadership Essential Program, which is from Iron Lady Institute, and it has an affiliation with the Tata Institute of Social Sciences. So it's a 3 months program that I enrolled for, and I graduated last Sunday post our fun Diwali meeting, and it's a good program. I mean, I learned a lot of things which even after around 18, 19 years of work experience, there were certain things which I really found that had I known a bit earlier, I could have maybe progressed a little faster.
So, ma'am, this program is called Iron Lady Program. The name itself is quite interesting. So, please tell us what this program is all about.
Yeah, see, this program is for women leaders, and the institute, Iron Lady, it is CEO is Mr. Rajesh Bhatt. So he is the pioneer of rural BPOs and hired only women in rural parts of Maharashtra. And from there, with this maybe this idea came up, and so this program is all about like a lot of, though all of us as human beings have inhibitions. However, Indian women, take it far because of the way we've been brought up, and we are docile by nature, and sort of limit ourselves within the set framework. So this program actually, lets you do away with certain inhibitions which are stopping your success. So you are in a way standing in your own way of success, and how can you go ahead with it? It's all about that. And though it is that institute or the agent, the organization runs it for women, but certain principles are like generic. Any human being who's can use it. So it's all about that.
Ma'am, this program talks about many concepts, and one such concept is Goal BHAG. What is it all about?
Yeah, actually, this program actually tells you about the art of winning and art of war. So BHAG uh, is an acronym for Big Hairy Audacious Goal. So this big hairy audacious goal is that you set such a high goal for yourself, and that it gives you goosebumps. So
Okay.
usually in corporate life or in actual life, what do? We just set a 5, 15, 20% target for ourselves. So this is something, take it maybe to 100% to double it or whatever, but in a set framework of a shorter time. So that's a BHAG. So this is the basic strategy. Whatever you decide, you have a BHAG, and then you work towards it. So it's like an audacious goal you set for yourself that you also don't sort of ever thought of or dreamt of, per se.
Ma'am, negotiation skills are at the core of every successful career or life. What is this program has to say about that?
Yeah, see, as I mentioned in my earlier uh, revert to you, that had I known certain facts, I could have grown faster. This is one of them. That because so far, always I thought that you work honestly, your work shows, and the excellence put in your work is seen by the others, and you get your due. Plus, you whatever. Then there's another philosophical or spiritual aspect to it, that we get what we deserve. So we should not really bother about it. However, this program actually opened my eyes towards another perspective, that you are worth what you negotiate for. So
Okay.
that is so it's not that what I deserve, I get what I negotiate, and that's how I deserve it. So if I have the skill set, I should actually claim my worth. So it's like you negotiate what you actually think is your worth. And if your conviction is high, of course, you get it. And this is again a very, very woman centric characteristic, that we, basically, in our nature, we don't negotiate too much. घर में भी we eat in the end once everybody is done. So that way it's been built in our nature. So we really, we think, अच्छा job मिल रहा है बहुत है, but we really don't negotiate as men do. So this is something that, you should at least, if not more, at least get par with them.
So it seems quite interesting, ma'am. Does this program on negotiation skills also talks about negotiation with yourself? Does it talk about self-negotiation also?
No, actually, no, it doesn't. It is sheerly a professional program wherein, it helps you accelerate your journey in your professional or your career. So it's about negotiation with others. However, negotiation in different aspects, not only in monetary terms, but say some project that you really think that you deserve and you should lead it, or you want it, or maybe, hacking a growth or a higher profile in the same organization. So it's like negotiating with others in a professional environment. And yes, you can, certain things you can negotiate at home, like your me time or whatever. So that's there, but no self negotiation.
Yeah, definitely, ma'am. That could be that could work wonders if the people start negotiating for their work-life balance. Nonetheless, ma'am, I would move to the next question that I have in my mind. We are often taught to be reticent, but this program uses word shameless pitching. Please tell us about it.
Yes, that's another new concept that I learned. And it says that actually there's another concept before shameless pitching. That's a differentiated brand. Like organizations build their own brands, we as professionals should actually have our own differentiated brand. So how does it work? That a differentiated brand comprises of say two things. One is what is your core competency in terms of your professional qualification or area of expertise, and your personality traits and characteristics. So combining both these things, that is your competency and your characteristics, what is a deadly combo that you can present, which is individualistic to you? So which means that Satish is Satish for XYZ reasons, and Pooja is Pooja for XYZ reasons, and we bring value because of this. So that's a differentiated brand that you should have, because there are thousands of employees. Everyone is following values. Everybody is integral. Everybody is doing work which is expected out of them. So how do you stand out? So you can only stand out when you have some differentiated strategy and brand behind it. Now, okay, you've thought of it. You know what it is. How do you communicate? Because you don't have an advertising budget like the organization. So how do you communicate? So you have to be shameless and you pitch yourself that way. So be it, so this is something that you can use it anywhere, because this program is done by, it is common. There were entrepreneurs in the batch, there were job seekers, there were people like me who are already professionals, want to, see growth, higher growth. So you can basis that you should have a pitch for yourself, and you shamelessly pitch it everywhere and be convicted about it, like with conviction. You should say, usually we say, who will blow, why should I blow my own trumpet? So it is sort of that you blow your own trumpet and with pride.
Right. So basically, ma'am, when you are blowing your own trumpet, communication becomes very important. And
Right.
one thing, more thing the program talks about is communication. It says about that one should make powerful requests and communicate with rigor. What do they exactly mean by that?
Yes, actually, powerful request is a very beautiful concept. I think this is one thing which you can use in every aspect of life, professional, personal, even with self negotiation. What you were talking of, you can make powerful requests to yourself actually. So what this concept is, that your request should be yes worthy. So you should not say मेरे लिए तारे तोड़ लाओ और चांद तोड़ लाओ. It should be a yes worthy thing, that okay, you get something which is available, maybe a Sabyasachi outfit. So you should have something which is yes worthy, and a win-win solution, or something for the other one you're requesting to, something for the other one, and there has to be some outcome which can benefit both the parties. And one very interesting concept about this powerful request is that you can make a powerful request to get a no as well. So basically it says that you get what you want. If you want an affirmative answer, then also your request should be framed in such a manner that you get an affirmative answer. And if you want it to be a no, then also it is driven by you. So that's a powerful request. And communicate with rigor is that there has to be an intention behind it. It's not like this. The program that we are doing is a rigorous communication, because we have an intent um to share something good that we know. So it has
Definitely,
to be
ma'am.
intentional.
Yeah, I got that point, that making powerful requests and communicating with rigor, with right intention, will make right changes in the society as well.
Right.
So, ma'am, one concept that I learned while going through this particular program is that ERRC strategy. So, can you please elaborate it to us, that what this strategy means and how it is relevant to the current world scenario in which we are living in?
Right. So see, this ERRC strategy, this is a blue ocean strategy. There are a lot of YouTube videos also available, and there's a book also published on it. But they have this program links it to maximizing. Like another eye-opener thing which I learned is that we've been taught, or maybe we've been striving to get a balance in our life. We've always wanted to have a balance. However, this program talks of maximizing. So whatever you do, you maximize. You maximize your personal life, you maximize your professional life, you maximize whatever you do. So how do you maximize? So ERRC is a strategy to maximize things. So it says eliminate, then you reduce, or restructure or create, recycle or create. So it's something that suppose my morning schedule at home, suppose I think that it doesn't leave me any me time, or if I think that I'm always rushed to office, so I can apply ERRC. I can see what things I can eliminate. And second, I can think that what is it that I can reduce. Suppose I take 20 minutes to read my morning newspaper, so I may maybe think of reducing it to 10 minutes or 15 minutes or so. Or maybe I can reschedule it, that I should come back home in the evening and read it, and create something. So which means that I can have another new thing, that I can maybe pass on certain duties to my husband and create a new channel for me, so that I have certain time left. So that way, so this strategy helps you maximize on whatever you set your eyes on. Suppose there's a process at work which you think is lengthy, or is taking time, or is not customer friendly, so you can use this strategy ERRC, and you can think. And actually, it has helped me achieve my BHAG.
Okay.
Because I worked on ERRC on certain complex processes of our organization. I thought about it on these lines, and then I suggested to our CEO that we can reduce certain things, and certain things we can really eliminate if they're not non-value adding steps. And to my surprise, they were accepted, and the processes changed. And because of that, my actually BHAG was also achieved.
I think, ma'am, that's really wonderful that you are mixing your professional, all the concepts that you learned in this particular program, into your professional as well as your personal life as well. While we could also see that you are making powerful requests within your home as well as at your organization. Ma'am, finally, this program talks about morning ritual, and what should be my morning ritual according to this program? I would
Actually,
be looking
morning.
forward to candid
Yes.
feedback from
So they call it the morning ritual or the energy pill. And what is that energy pill is, as I said, that to pitch shamelessly, or to just go all out, you have to just, shed your inhibitions completely. So you don't have to shy away from being you. So what are these morning rituals? They actually help you break these inhibitions. They actually set the energy level high. And so it's a mirror work. Like morning when I get up, we brush, or wash our face, and also so in the mirror you look at yourself and you say, I'm whole, perfect, and complete. So what I'm complete, and this is the best that I could do for me right now. And I'll do best today also, tomorrow also. So every day, every step, you take this morning ritual energy pill, And there's certain crucibles that all of us carry. Like I definitely carried this crucible that I am not balancing things, because at home I think my office is taking a hit. At office I think my children, are taking a hit. So all the time, what the underlying current I had was that I'm out of balance. So that I am out of balance was everywhere. Maybe even in my professional presentation or wherever. But if you consciously morning you think about it, that no, I'm whole and perfect and complete, and I could think that I'm out of balance, but that's my crucible. I am not that. I am not out of balance. I am what I am. So that's something that it gives you a positive conviction about going through the day with some sort of confidence, that okay, and it helps you sail through. And they have groups which they call armies. So like everybody, every day, thousands of hundreds of women are taking the energy pill and just writing. So it builds up a very very high positive energy that you just want to go out and do something. So that's the
That sounds quite comprehensive, ma'am, with the certain tint of personal branding along with exploring your core competencies, and a person like you who is also trying to have a spiritual blend with the learnings that you had in this program. So, ma'am, finally, you are already an iron lady for all of us and for all of our club members. Ma'am, finally,
Thank you so much
I would like to
for
go
the
ahead with the last question of mine. What would be the two practical things that would like to share with all of us that you are currently implementing in your life through after learning and undergoing this program?
Yes. In fact, I would say the whole program is experiential, and the whole program is practical. Like what assignments we used to get was according to my BHAG. What did I do? There's a very a nice word they've coined, Kaizen. So it's like Kaizen, that devising new strategy, new practices, and it says Kaizen is that you're doing it every day.
Okay.
So if you have a BHAG, then you should have a strategy behind it, which is called CODESF. So it's a technical program for whatever terms I mentioned. I said differentiated brand, or if I say powerful request, or so everything is broken into smaller steps and doable things, technical, so that if Satish does that, he can do it. If Pooja does that, she can do it. And it is so like the strategy is called CODESF. So you have a BHAG. You can't just achieve it just by having a goal set. You need to work towards it. So how do you work? How do you execute? Then you've decided the major strategy for execution. Then you should have smaller breakthrough actions which you will do. And then it's called Kaizen, which ends up to Kaizen, which is one small step every day that I'll take to achieve my BHAG. So which means that not even a single day will go in between wherein I will not work towards the goal that I've set for myself. So it could be anything. It could be suppose I need to write a mail to my CEO for something which is related to my BHAG. So I should do that. And then it says you put something at stake, which is like very dear to you. Suppose you can't start your day without tea in the morning, so you put your morning tea at stake, that if I don't do my Kaizen, then I'll not have tea. So it's that kind of a commitment which is built up. And there's certain things which really help me, like I took a BHAG that I want to run my department independently as I want to. And to my surprise, in less than 45 days, my CEO, without making a powerful request, like I did not put it in words to him that I want to own run the show on my own. So he himself on 45th day in a very formal meeting, he announced that okay, she actually is running the show like that. She doesn't need a leader, so she can be an independent unit. So I was just taken aback. And what I really did was that I was just following my Kaizen. I was just every day I was doing something. I took an audacious target of saving 100 crores as retention. And every day I did it, and I was just publishing it. And then, as I mentioned, ERRC, certain processes which I thought were not really friendly, so they were taken up. And after 45 days, at least in my CEO's mind, it was there that yes, maybe she can handle it, so it must be given. So we've already spoken of the concept, but these are the only things, that you lead by intention and you manage energies around you so that everyone is productive, including you. So you really don't set somebody off, and you really don't piss yourself also off. So it's better that you manage energies positively around you using these, and have a focused approach. That if you, even if, for 6 hours, if you have a focused approach every day at work, it'll just make a difference. So it is basically that from 5%, top 5%, like I have always been following that I should be amongst the top 5% of the manpower or employees in the organization. However, you should move to 0.5% lean. That's only when you can really make a difference and achieve what your true potential is.
That's wonderful, ma'am. We learned a huge lot of concepts, and we are glad that you had shared with all of us. And we could really see and clearly see that you are implementing in your professional as well as personal life. And you're doing wonderful, ma'am. Thanks a lot again for sharing the concepts with us. I think that this has benefited our viewers a lot, and they have a wonderful evening so far today with all of us. So thanks a lot, ma'am, once again. And to all the viewers, this is for our today's show. We will come back again next Thursday with another round of Tete-a-Tete show. Till then, goodbye. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Satish, for listening patiently to me. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Goodbye.
Bye.